welcome to maybe the most unorthodox build I've done in a few years.
What's up, guys? My name is Miles. Some of y'all may know me as ACG Afro Car Guy.
Afro Car Guy.
Afro Car Guy.
And you own it. That's what's even better. You're like, here's my freaking Afro,
Stick with it, man.
We met, I think, at a smaller Clean Culture event years ago, and I was like, I'm sorry, is that a modified last gen Eclipse? And I've never seen one modified ever, and I'm sure they're out there, but you went to a crazier extent than anybody else I've ever seen. But first things first, so you had the car, it was your college car, right, basically?
Correct.
And so then out of nowhere, like car people do, no, I'll just do this one thing for fun. And I'll do this one thing. Next thing you know, you have a 350Z Rocket Buddy kit on it that you somehow made fit, which I don't understand. And then along with that, you have a chassis mount wing. You have full airlift suspension, which I know for a fact they probably don't make a kit for this car. So yeah, you're shaking it, you're like, no, definitely not. This is what I want you to do. I'm gonna go into it, and then as I get into it, do a blow off for me. Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, dude, sick!
Yeah! I love it, yo!
What it was actually supposed to sound like. There you go.
We're gonna get there, guys. We are gonna get there. When I was originally looking for cars, I was dead set on a Mustang.
Sure.
Just a Mustang. It didn't have to be what year, I just wanted a Mustang.
Sure.
And like any caring mother, you're gonna wrap yourself around the tree.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, Mom, okay. So I knew she wasn't dead set on letting me get a Mustang, so I said, let me find something that could at least answer some of my aspirations.
Your needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we was walking around a Nissan dealership one day, and then I saw the Eclipse kind of like in the back, like in the movie, under a shed.
Like an unwanted stepchild. Just like no one's buying this thing. Yeah.
All dirty and stuff. And I said, yo, what's up with the Eclipse? And I always saw these cars, but I always thought I would never end up in something like that. I thought it was weird.
Yeah. I remember when this Eclipse came out, and it was a very divisive, like, you know, like people just didn't know how to feel about it because it was so bubbly, and it had a little bit of femininity that the other Eclipses didn't.
Yep.
And I'm sure most people, when they saw it, they're like, wait, so that motor isn't very orthodox to turbo it. It's not a 4G63. It's not a 4B11 in the Evo 10, you know, because this is pretty much Evo 10 era. The materials are like hard plastic everywhere.
Mitsubishi.
Like they were on their way out. You know what I mean? They were like, we're checking out of sports cars. This is our last time.
I'm actually kind of glad you said that. I think when Mitsubishi went off with the final generation of the Eclipse, they knew, like you said, they're on the way out, but it's like, we're not gonna leave y'all totally up in the air. We're gonna give you a little something to work with and let those who are clever enough figure out what to do.
And it has dual exhaust. Like it had dual exhaust. It's like, okay. I totally see why a lot of people struggled with this one, you know, like, because they had the V6, and the one before this one wasn't that great either with the Tyrese one.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how you remember. It had those weird gills in the doors, and those weren't very good for boosting either. People are like, before Eagle Talon and after DSM, you know, Eagle Talon.
Oh my God, it's the biggest flag I get for the car, because, you know, I put so much work into it up to now, and the biggest thing, well, it's not a DSM or it's not DSM. It's like, just take it for what it is, guys. Someone's trying something unorthodox to bring it a little something different to the table.
When you decided to wide body it, did you want to go full legitimate Rocket Bunny from the start? And how did you make it fit, or did it fit pretty well off the bat?
I knew after I saw the red Rocket Z, or I saw that. I'm like, man, I love that kit, but obviously we don't have the same car. But our cars share similar enough body lines, and crazy enough how the universe works. One of my buds, who I say is like God's here in the game, put the Rocket Bunny kit on his Eclipse, but kind of like it's like a, I'm just gonna play around and see what I can do.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I saw it and I was like, yo, I don't think you realize you have something there. So when I finally, as a college kid, finally saved the money to get the kit, it sat for like 2 years, but I finally had enough money to put it on. So when I took it to my guy, which is pretty much behind us, I told, yo, can you do it? And I showed him the picture, like, it's possible, but can you do it? Give me a few weeks.
Wow.
Took a few months. Hardest part was, honestly, the rear fenders, if you chop them in half, going on back,
sure,
all custom made. but everything else was more or less, and that's the thing about this platform that people kind of overlook. It's kind of universal with taking anything else from another car. It takes well to any modification.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at the egg shape of a Z, it kind of starts to make a little bit of sense. It's just the wheelbase or like the length of this car seems to be the issue.
Yes.
And also the front fenders with the Rocket Bunny gills, that's what gives it away that it's a legitimate Rocket Bunny kit. So the chassis mount wing, was that just because you're like, I wonder what this car would look like with a wing, and you're just like, screw it, and then somehow it worked out?
That is actually almost verbatim how it worked out. I saw, I might as well took everything else from a 350Z. Why not just take the wing too?
Is that a 350Z chassis mount?
Literally a 350Z chassis mount.
Get out of here. But then the carbon hood, could you just buy the carbon hood?
The carbon hood is actually for this car.
How'd you solve the airlift system then?
Okay, so
okay, hold on.
Well, if you're gonna go wide body, driving every day wouldn't make sense to be static. So
yeah, of course,
he recommended airlift. And long story short, he recommended airlift management system. And obviously, airlift doesn't make air structure for this car, but D2 does. Plug them together, Frankenstein kit, more or less.
A good friend of mine named Rob Raybon, he was one of the first guys to back the Mustang, and that was like such a why'd you do that? Like, that was such a no-no back then. And now everybody does it, right? But he basically had to figure it out, right? And then it became this huge thing. They started making kits because it made sense. It's so interesting driving a car that was just never meant to be like this.
At all.
Yeah.
Straight up economy.
I feel like these cars were like, I'm just gonna go get a nice sporty car for like non-car people, you know what I mean? And somebody said earlier today, if you took the Mitsubishi logo off your Eclipse, people would be like, what is that?
And I get that a lot for people who actually don't know what a car is. It's like, is that what I think it is? And it's like, it's exactly, I mean, what do you think it is? Is it yes, it is an Eclipse. And it's like, what?
Rather than an SUV. So terrible. And unlike with the Mustang Mach-E, at least they're still the normal Mustang,
what made me so mad about the new Eclipse is like, y'all put the all-wheel drive turbo platform.
But not in this.
It doesn't.
Or in the car, in a normal car. Big part was the wheels. So tell me about the struggle with the deep dish wheels. Because first of all, I know that geometry probably didn't add up. So you
oh boy. We went into this, okay, cool. You know, I'm getting decent money. Now it's like, okay, I want to turbocharge the car, but it's like, I need to face the reality. I need to get all these massive spacers and run an actual route. A month goes by, and it should have been done within a month. Nothing. 2 months go by, nothing. 3 months. Hey guys, where's our, our product that we paid the money for? Oh, it's coming, it's coming. 2 more months go by and we finally received the wheels.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna understand the guy. I wasn't even mad. But y'all finally did it. I don't care. They're here. I'm excited.
But then, plot twist.
The plot thickens. We go to get the wheels mounted, and it's the most heartbreak I ever felt in like a long time with this build, man. They go to mount the wheels, and they do not mount to the car. Ouch. Heart shattered. The hub board was too small for the car.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's not an offset thing. It's nothing like that. It's just, oh look, they just don't work.
They don't work. And it's like, okay, maybe we missing something. Do we take everything off the hubs of the wheel?
Sure.
Was not our fault at all. The wheels were literally just made improperly. So after reaching back out to the company, hey guys, what's up? Did y'all make these to exactly how we specified? Oh yeah. Doesn't the owner have a 350Z? No.
Oh no!
Well, this backfired.
The 350 is getting revenge on you for stealing its parts.
So we told them no, it's not a 350. We told you what we pretty much. Why would you go so long without reaching out to the saying, hey guys, this is what you need? So they sent the wrong number. We showed him pretty much what it exactly was made for, and he still denied the fact that these slipped up. And finally, after pretty much going a whole rant on social media about it and YouTube. I tell him, yo, if you just cut us even $500, we'll call it break.
Sure, yeah.
It's $3,000. It's a $3,000 plus wheel.
Yeah, these are not cheap. You can tell they're not cheap. You know what I mean? They're deep dish. They're 3 pieces, right?
6 months of wait. What's $500 to a company like y'all? We're not refunding your money. Enjoy the wheels and have a happy holiday.
Ooh.
Wow, I never felt so.
Your afro was on fire.
Super Saiyan, like what? How are y'all embedded in the car scene and then drop it off like that. Everything on this car, honestly, is like 85% custom. Nothing for this car other than the hood.
Okay.
The intake.
Sure, yeah.
Everything else is pretty much custom made. So the quad exhaust was really just another, that was one of my teenager modifications.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Found it on eBay. Hey, those look cool. I want to be like those guys I see on the internet.
Titanium tips, yeah.
Bought them, went to like a random exhaust shop, slapped them on, and then it's just been working ever since. I
oh
still
yeah,
love
you
them.
weren't kidding about that turning radius. I'm really glad I went super wide.
Super shallow.
Yeah.
So this car does come as a manual. It does come as a V6. I think there's two variations.
So the manual was the V6?
The manual came with the V6.
Okay.
I think it also came as an automatic, 5-speed automatic, 6-speed manual. This generation, well, this platform, the 4-cylinder, came as a 6-speed manual.
Sure.
Had I known how to drive a manual when I first got the car, yes, I would have got one. But hey, you live and you learn. Don't have money at anything.
Oh, of course. Yeah. If you build a car in a way where somebody goes, why did you build it? It means at least you did something different, and that's how I look at it. And that's all she wrote.
That's all she got, guys. Oh man, I get so much play. Oh, you could go lower. I know you're joking, but it's like in my head.
Yeah, it's still just like that has to get old after a while.
It's like, come on, guys.
Dude, that's not. Do you remember like back in the day when static was like a super big thing, and somebody would be like scraping on their rail, and then some jerk would come on and be like, man, he's not even low. And you're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He can't even go into like the car meet. Like, you can't even make it in there.
Outside.
Like, yeah, you know, like in Import Alliance, you'd have these stance cars getting towed in. They couldn't even drive into the stadium.
Literally sending it to get to where they need to go.
Yeah, it's like,
you can follow me at Afro Car Guy, and same thing on my YouTube channel. It's the same thing as my Instagram. I don't say avidly post or consistently post about the platform.
Sure.
And soon we'll be turbocharging it to get hopefully the same effect from that car into this car. And like I said, this isn't like one of those fleeting builds that you see pop up in the scene and disappear for like, that's the end of it. No, this is here to stay, guys, and it's going full-fledged all the way, all-wheel drive, 500 wheel horsepower.
Yeah, he's going crazy with it.
Not stopping here, man. Not stopping here. Only the beginning.
Well, thanks so much for letting me drive it, man. It's been a pleasure. On that note, I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a wonderful, goodbye, Eva. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. If you guys like these videos and want to support my channel, make sure to head over to PattersonCarCare.com. It is my original formula detail brand that makes life so easy washing your car. Everything from cleaning your wheels in just around a minute, or any other product that is just as easy to use. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, or Sundays, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.